Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Benny and welcome to a new TBR video. We are literally approaching June. I'm pretty sure I'm going to upload this tomorrow, which is the 31st of May, so we're entering June, guys. Also, happy Gemini season to all of you who celebrate. I am a Gemini myself, so my birthday's coming up, which I'm not very excited about. Unpopular opinion, but birthdays are not that good. I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion or you guys can agree with that, but to me personally, I'm stressed out every time my birthday is approaching. This year I decided that I didn't want to make monthly TBR videos because every time that I did them, I didn't really read the book. I thought it was pointless, but last month I challenged myself and I told myself that I was going to read my entire TBR in a specific reading vlog, which I did, and that video is going to be up in the next upload, so after this, you're gonna see that reading vlog. I don't know, I felt very motivated. I read so many books this month, which I'm so happy about. And it's not really about the amount, but I have, sometimes I overthink the books that I'm reading, and I didn't have to overthink because I had my TBR and I knew that I had to read those books, and that was the challenge for me. So I think I'm going to keep doing it, especially because I love TBR videos. I love filming them, I love watching them, and I'm gonna keep doing it. So same thing as last month, I'm going to pick the books now and I'm going to read them at the end of the month or at the beginning of next month. The video is going to be up for you guys to see. And also at the end of this video, I'm going to be selecting some books that I want to read this summer. So something that are on my radar that I want to read this summer. And yeah, so stay tuned for that. That is going to be at the end of this video. So let's get started with my TBR. Did I say that? My TBR is going to be picked by some prompts that I put in here. I honestly forgot completely what I put in here. I do remember that I put some fun ones and I didn't really get them last month, so I hope that I'm gonna get them for this month. I'm going to be picking the first book according to my monthly reading journal challenge. Last month I believe I had a book with a season in the title and I picked Summer Romance, which I didn't read. This month I have no idea what I have in there, so let's pick it. So for June, I have a book talk recommendation. That's not gonna be very difficult because I have so many books that were recommended by TikTok. So let's see what we got in here. I really want to read an Elin Hilderbrand book. Why is it such a tongue twister? Elin Hilderbrand. Here we go. I really want to read one of her books. I have the 5-Star Weekend and I also have another book that I don't know where it is. I also have the Hotel Nantucket. I think I'm gonna go for the Hotel Nantucket, and I've been wanting to read this book for a long time. I really wanted to read one of the Elin Hilderbrand books because she has so many, and I wanted to start with the Hotel Nantucket. Also, Nantucket seems such a beautiful place and I'm really excited to read about the setting and stuff, so I'm excited to get into this. So the first book is The Hotel Nantucket by Elin Hilderbrand. Reading journal done. Now let's pick 6 prompts with this so that I have a total of 7 books to read in the month of June. So let's open it up. Let's go. Okay, the one that fell off is second in a series. Okay, I think I already know what I want to read. I just looked at it when I just turned and I was like, oh, that sounds really good. And I think I manifested it. So this month I read the first book in the Blue Wrench series and I want to keep going with the series because I think it's really fun. Really loved Done and Dusted and I'm excited for Swift and Saddled a lot. I love the girl already. I think she's super fun. We were introduced a little bit in the first book of the main 2 characters of the second book, so I'm very excited for this one. It's a short read. It's a cowboy romance. So of course, it's just perfect for June. Okay, let's pick the second one. Yellow cover. Okay. I have no idea. I do actually, well, is it yellow though? It's kind of not very yellow. Is it yellow, guys? It is kind of. It's kind of gold yellow. But I really want to read this. It's kind of yellow though, no? It's gold, but come on. Because I really don't have, well, I do have a yellow cover. I also have Bringing Down the Duke. It's a historical fiction romance, British and vibes, which I'm not really in the mood for that. I also have fantasy, but I've been having such a hard time to get into fantasy. If you give me a pass and you pass it as a yellow cover, I'll pick this one. I mean, it gives yellow though. Whatever, I'm gonna put this in here. just give me a pass. Just like pretend that it's a yellow cover, okay? That it's not gold or whatever. And let's pretend I don't have this. I'm very happy because I really want to read the favorites and I'm excited for that. Oh. Okay. Okay, got it. Thriller! Thriller. Oh my gosh. Yes, I already know. Oh my god, I'm literally manifesting everything. I already know what I want to read. I really want to read Hidden Pictures. Again, I have it planned. Like, I literally had those books over here because I have a video planned that I want to do with those books. And this is a very, very highly anticipated read for me. I keep seeing this everywhere, guys, like everywhere. And I'm really excited to get to read this. It has even like interactive pictures inside. I have no idea what it is about. I know that there's a kid involved. Like, every time that there's a kid involved is very scary. So far we're doing really well, guys. So I have 3 more books to pick. Let's pick a green one. Should I do this or that? I kind of want to pick this. New author. Okay. I'm having a little bit of a hard time with this one because I have so many options. Okay, I picked 3 options, which are very different from each other, but let's start. Okay, so I have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. This is one of my most anticipated reads as well. I really want to read this book this year. I think I really am going to like this. I believe this is an historical fantasy, but I do believe she makes a pact with someone and like she's not able to age. I know that there's a specific term for that, but which I don't know if you guys have seen Adeline. It's a movie and it's kind of the same vibe for what I've heard. I've never read this book, so obviously I don't know, but this is an option. And also another option is Every Summer After. A few people have commented about this book and that they love it, and I've seen so many people now talking about Carly Fortune because she came out with a new book, One Summer Only, something with summer. Again, it's like a blue cover. It's really pretty, by the way, but I really want to read this first before purchasing the other one. And I don't know, like this could be also another option. It's a very short read and I'm pretty sure it's going to be an easy read as well. And another one that I've been looking at a lot because I'm looking at, I don't know, books that kind of talk about women being lost in life because I can relate to that. It's like a weird time in my life and I really need to read those type of books. So the only one that I have that I'm interested in is Of Writers and Lovers by Lily King. It's a coming of age book, which, you know, we always love, and I personally adore those kind of books and they oftentimes are a 5-star for me. I'm going to risk it. Hopefully I'm going to add those to my TBR, but I'm going to risk it. I'm going to pick Writers and Lovers by Lily King. I got a fun one, guys. So TikTok filter chooses. I have a little bit of more control with this filter, so I'm going to choose this one and see what books it has in here. I think it has also a wider selection for what I've seen, but I have read Verity and Hooked. I have read The Midnight Memory, so Aisha at Last, I think. I've never heard of those. Ooh, The Cruel Prince or Jane Eyre. That's very... Once Upon a Broken Heart or Colliding. I have read, unfortunately, Once Upon a Broken Heart, unfortunately, because I would reread it again. What If It's Us? See Who Became the Sun. I don't know. Never heard of those. I never heard of those. That seems fun. Love Con or Queen Move by Kennedy Ryan. I do have one Kennedy Ryan book, but it's not this one. But let's do Kennedy Ryan. This one. Okay. The book that I'm going to be reading is Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney. I know that I have this book, but I was looking around here and I don't... Oh, here it is. This is also a yellow cover, by the way. This is the next read, which is Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney. I'm actually excited to read this because I only read Normal People by her and I really liked Normal People, so we'll see what I think about this one. I'm a little bit nervous because Sally Rooney can be a little bit intimidating, but I also want to watch the TV show. I have not watched it yet. Okay, let's pick the last one. I want a pink one. Maybe this one. I don't think I have many. Let me pick some pinks. I have those 3. that I'm seeing. Oh, I have another one over here. I have some pink ones here, so let's pick one. I'll pick this one. From an author I once gave 5 stars. I have 2 books that I want to really read because they're actually 2 new releases. One of them is Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I gave 5 stars to Just for the Summer last year and I really loved it. That was one of my favorites. And then a recent 5 stars is one of the 5 stars of this year, Magnolia Park's Long Way Home. And Jessa Hastings came out with a new book, which is The Condition of Will, and I really want to read this one. I've heard so many great things and a lot of people gave it 5 stars, and she's also, I believe, coming out with another book. She's been teasing on Instagram. I'm pretty sure by the time that this video is going to come out, the announcement is going to be out, and the clues that she's been coming up with and like the aesthetic that she's coming up with is really cool. And if that's a book, I'm very excited for that book. I don't know what book it's going to be, but I'm really excited for that. Speaking of Jessa Hastings, The Condition of Will, I think I'm going to pick this one because I really want to read it. Let's do a little recap of every single book that I picked. My reading journal picked The Hotel Nantucket by Elin Hilderbrand. I don't know why I can't pronounce that name. We have second in a series, Swift and Settled by Lila Sage of the Blue Wrench series. A yellow cover, kinda, The Favorites by Layne Fargo. A thriller, Hidden Pictures by Jason Rikuluk. Think. From an author I've never read before, Writers and Lovers by Lily King. A TikTok filter picked Sally Rooney, Conversations with Friends. And lastly, by an author that I gave 5 stars, The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. I'm really excited for this month TBR. I think it's going to be a really good reading month. In this part of the video, I'm going to be showing you guys the books that I want to read in the summer season. I'm being really good at reading everything that I have on my bookshelves, but obviously there are some books that I am still looking at and I really want to get. I don't know why I'm in a weird vibe lately. So I'm just going to mention some books that I'm looking into getting, maybe in the near future, maybe, I don't know, maybe next month, or since my birthday's coming up, I don't know. I'm in a weird mood. I think I really need depth in my life. I don't know, for some reason I'm really looking into those type of books that I don't have and that I would love to read. So the first book is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I really want to read that book. It's one of the classics that I'm really looking forward into reading, and I don't know if it's going to be this summer, but those are the books that I'm currently looking at and I'm probably going to buy in the near future. And then Tuesdays with Maury. I'm not really sure what it is about, but it popped up on my TikTok, and ever since then I cannot stop thinking about this book. So I'm really looking forward into getting this, and I hope to get it really soon and read it really soon because I'm just like in that type of vibe at the moment. Another one is Parable of the Shower by Octavia Butler. I'm really looking forward to this. I think it's a dystopian fantasy. It has a lot of depth to it. It talks a lot about race. It talks about society in general. It has a lot of hidden messages within the book, so I'm really excited to also read this one. And then I really want to get into, of course, like more classics, and this one really calls my name. It's Letters to a Young Poet. I've seen Andrew Garfield recommending this book many times. I then looked it up on TikTok and people explaining it, and it really seems up my alley, so this is another one that I'm really looking forward to reading. Another one is I Who Have Never Known Men. Those are not very summery vibes. Another one is The Bell Jar. I know this is like a typical book like of a woman trying to escape control of her previous life and stuff, and I'm in that phase of life. I don't know if you guys could get that, but I want to read books that stuck with me. Like, I don't read just to learn something. Sometimes I just want to read, and a lot of times I do learn something from books that I didn't think that I could learn anything from. And it's not that, I just really want to challenge myself, even quote unquote intellectually, and even critically review a book that is so famous. Not that I'm an expert or anything, it's just like I want to see what I think about those books they're gonna do to my brain and to my thoughts, and yeah, what I'm gonna think about it. So I really want to read The Bell Jar. Another one that I really want to get to is The Dead Poets Society. I love the movie, and I was very close when I went to Amsterdam. I was very close into buying it, or I think it was in Edinburgh. I was really close into buying it, and I regret not buying it. And another one that I've been looking at so much is The Little Prince. This book has been in my mind ever since I went to Paris, and I went to the Shakespeare & Company, and I really wanted to get The Little Prince because obviously we're in Paris and it's a French book from a French author, so I really wanted to get it there, but they didn't have it. Yeah, I really want to read The Little Prince. I've never read it even when I was little, so I would love to read that one as well. And then another one is The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. I really want to get into Toni Morrison's books. I think I'm really going to enjoy them, and once again, it's a little bit challenging, very out of my comfort zone, but I really want to get to reading those books and kind of like feeling more comfortable to read them. Another book is from Frederick Beckman, which I still have not read any books from him, but is And Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer. This is a novella, and this is about a kid and an old man and kind of having conversations. I do believe that it's about a nephew and a grandpa, and also, I don't know, there's something else involved. I think like the father, and kind of being the father reflecting on the relationship that the grandpa, his father, is having with his child, and kind of being, oh, like it didn't really happen to me. I didn't have this relationship with my father, but my father and I was having the relationship that I wanted with my son. So kind of like that dynamic. I'm really looking forward those type of stories, and I don't know, it seems like a good read, and it's a novella, so it's a very short read. And then lastly, for the ones that I'm looking at and that I'm looking forward into reading in the near future, is To Kill a Mockingbird by Lee Harper. This is a classic. I unfortunately was not able to read it when I was in school. It's not one of those books that we read in Italy, unfortunately, so I really want to read that book, especially because I I literally rewatched yesterday, and I didn't even know that I watched it until I was like right in the thick of it, and then I remembered that I did watch it. I don't know if you guys know, Just Mercy is with Jamie Foxx and Michael B. Jordan. I love that movie. It's a very emotional movie, and I highly recommend it if you've not watched it. But that takes place in the same town where the To Kill a Mockingbird is set, and I really want to read it, like To Kill a Mockingbird, because I didn't really know what it was about, and then I searched it the other day and I was like, why have I not read it yet? That sounds very up my alley. That sounds like a thing that I would be really interested in. So yeah, it kind of was a wake-up call again, and I can't stop thinking about it. So I will definitely read it in the near future because I'm excited to read that. And also, like, this is more of a modern classic, I believe. It is considered a classic nonetheless, and again, I want to get more into classics and not be afraid of them, because at the end of the day, you always have to think that the books that I'm reading now are probably one day, some of them are going to be classics in the future, so it's not a big deal. So now let's get into the books that I want to read in the near future and my summer TBR. Okay, the first two books are the two Emily Henry books that I have left, because I did read Book Lovers and I'm about to finish People We Meet on Vacation. So I have only two books left by Emily Henry, and I really am looking forward to read them because she's becoming one of my favorite authors. I found my first Emily Henry 5 stars, which is Book Lovers, and I'm looking forward into seeing if those two are going to be a 5 stars for me. I'm very excited for that, and I have faith in both of them. A little bit more faith in Funny Story. I have not seen very great things about Great Big Beautiful Life. I'm not going to be influenced negatively by the comments, so I'm still going to read it, and I'm excited to keep going with Emily Henry. And then, being in theme of what I just said before about some challenging books, I want to obviously get more into literary fiction, because I recently read 7 Days in June by Tia Williams, and I absolutely love that book, and I just like, it's so surreal for me because I'm like, I know that I'm going to love this book. It's just like, since they're so far from what I usually read, I think that I'm not gonna like them, which is not true, because I read that and I give it a 4.5 stars or 4 stars, I don't know, which it's a very high rating. More of a romance, but it has a little bit of a literary fiction vibe to it, if that makes sense. So I have like very short and very not intimidating books that I want to get to. The first one is Days at the Mariosaki Bookshop. I have no idea what it is about except that it takes place in a bookshop. The next one that I'm really looking forward to reading, and again, it's like very short, and I've heard so many great things about this book specifically, and this is more of a romance-based book. I don't know if it's a romance exactly, but it has romance in it, but is Open Water by Caleb Azuma Nelson. I'm really excited to read this. Again, it's just like so short, so I don't have excuses for this. I think, again, I'm going to really like it. I just want to challenge myself into even a little bit of a different type of writing, and yeah, just like challenge myself a little bit more, because I'm sure that there are so many stories out there, and me being just stuck into the same books that I always read, I just am limiting myself so much, and I don't want to do that. So I want to feel more comfortable about picking new books and kind of finding new stories and even different ways of storytelling, because that is also really important. And yeah, I'm very excited for this one as well. And then the next one is Everyone in This Room Will Someday Be Dead by Emily Austen. This is a coming of age book, and I know that it's very, I mean, by the title you can tell, but what I know is there is a lot of comedy kind of in it. It's kind of like dark comedy a little bit. I don't know if I'm mistaken. I don't know if I remember correctly. I bought this book because Jack Edwards spoke about it, and he really liked it. So I really liked the title as well. I thought it was really interesting. So I'm really looking forward into reading this one as well. Again, it's not a very big book, and I don't think it's going to be very challenging. I think it's just like something in my head that's telling me that it's going to be challenging. This is a thriller, is Every Last Secret by A.R. Torre. This is about a rich family drama type based thriller, which I'm all up for it, and it gives like summery vibes. I don't know if there's a pool. So again, I always love to have some thrillers here and there because they're kind of my palate cleanser. When I want to read something just like to read and not think about anything, I read and I pick up a thriller, and I'm very excited for this one because I already read one of A.R. Torre book. I think last year I don't remember the other name. I think it's not The Locked Door, that's Frida McFadden, but I think Every Last Secret. No, this is Every Last Secret. It was like a therapist one. It was with a therapist. I don't remember the title. This would be the second one that I read from him or her. I don't know what gender. Her. It's a her. I'm excited also for this one because again, it's a thriller, and I really liked her other book that I read from her. So this is one of the books I try to read. If I don't like it, then I'm going to sell it. But It Happened One Summer. This is such an OG book, and I just need to get to it because I just need to read it. I need to read it, or I need to listen to it. I don't know, but I want to get through with it because I don't like it sitting here anymore. Like, I want to put it in the shelf. This is all the books that I read, which is really filled, like even on the back, but I want this here. I don't want it here. Okay, the next one is an Elin Hilderbrand book. One of the books is in my June TBR, so probably this is going to be for next month, but I'm really excited to get to Elin Hilderbrand. She has so many books that seems like right up my alley. I thought they were like romance based, but actually they're kind of like mystery. There's something going on, and there's like some drama and stuff, which makes it even more interesting to me. So I'm very excited to dive into more of those. Those covers give off books that you see at your local little, I have no idea how you say it in English, but it's that place where you pick up magazines. And I used to go there when I was little, especially in the summer, and just like pick up some magazines to bring to the beach, and those type of books were gonna be there. I don't know if that makes sense. So it makes it to me very nostalgic. Other two that I really want to get to, more Abby Aminas books. I have another one from her somewhere here, but the two that I want to read, first of all, her new release, which is Say You'll Remember Me, and the other one is Yours Truly, and I really want to get to read this. I think I'm really going to enjoy it because I love Abby Aminas and I love her writing, and I really want to get to read more of her books. It's just because like every time that I love a book from an author, again, like I just have such high expectations that I just tend to procrastinate. I'm excited for those two as well. I have more romance that I really want to read in the summer are Funny You Should Ask. This is set in LA, which LA gives obviously summer vibes, and this is about an actor and an interviewer, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. He's definitely an actor, which I'm excited to read because I've never read anything like it, and it's set again in LA, so it gives that LA vibes, and I'm very excited for that. And then the other one is Every Summer After, because I want to read one summer. I want to read this book. This is a second chance romance, and I don't know, I really want to read this because again, I've had it for so long. Another romance that I recently bought is Deep Cuts by Ollie Rickley. This is set in the 2000s, which I'm super excited about. Never read any book set in the 2000s. Late 90s, early 2000s are my absolute favorite. I'm so attracted to their aesthetic, just like how everything really worked. I watched so many movies, like all my favorite movies are set in the late 90s or early 2000s. Like I absolutely love that vibe, and when I heard that this book was set in that time, I was really excited. And on top of it, they're two artists. I believe it talks a lot about music. People have been comparing it to Daisy Jones and the Six, and Daisy Jones and the Six is one of my favorite books. I love that book so much, and yeah, so I'm really excited for this one as well. I've heard a really great. Okay, so now let's get into a little bit more of fantasy. I've already mentioned this book that I really want to read in the near future. I don't know why, but I keep looking at it and I know that I'm going to love this book. I just know it. I know it deep in my guts that I'm going to love this book. And this is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I've never read anything from this author, and I know that she is a fan favorite. I know that she's loved for many different reasons. She has so many books that are so popular and so loved. And I want to start with this one because I think I'm going to love it, and I think it's really up my alley. It talks a lot about, you know, even just like life reflections in general, and I love when a book has those things in it. I am definitely going to read this maybe in the near future. I honestly want to read this month. Unfortunately, it's not part of my TBR, but hopefully I will still read it this month because I was not able to read it last month or when it came out, and I cannot wait anymore because I'm trying to keep away from TikTok and everybody talking about it. Anyway, I'm just gonna talk about it because I'm being annoying. But the book that I'm talking about is Sunrise on the Raping by Susan Collins. This is a prequel of The Hunger Games. This is the story of Haymitch and his Hunger Games, and I personally love Haymitch, and I'm following very closely the casting of this book, and I have no idea why. Like I don't even know why, because I didn't read the book, so I have no idea. But now that I have the casting in mind, I think it's going to be so much easier to picture the characters. So I'm definitely looking forward into reading this, and I definitely want to read it before the movie comes out, which is not going to be anytime soon. So I'm definitely going to read it before that, but either way, I just want to read it because it's been damn time and I keep looking at it and I just need to read it. The next two books are a little bit of the same vibe, just because I get really scared about fantasy lately. Like I have two books in my May TBR which are fantasies, and I can't do it, guys. Like those two fantasies are a little bit more of a summer vibe, meaning that they are like pirates or mermaids in it, something like that. Darkwater Daughter, which is by H.M. Long. I've heard so many great things about this. I think it's about pirates, and I don't know, like pirates, I love it. It's like summery vibes, beachy vibes, so I want to give this a try and see if I'm going to like it. I think I'm gonna like it though. Like I think I'm gonna like it, but again, like I want to get back into fantasy. I just got really terrified because trying to read fantasy and I'm not able to, and I just get annoyed, and yeah, because I'm a fantasy girly at heart. So this is harsh. This is harsh for me. The next and last book of my TBR is The Adventure of Amin al-Shirafi. I really want to read this book. I really want to read a book from this author, Shannon Canterbury, same author of The Pride of the Orange Tree, but I really want to read this first. This has pirates in it. It's a fantasy once again, but I really want to get into her books because hopefully one day I will be able to read Pride of the Orange Tree. I'm going to start with this one first because this is a little bit less intimidating. I'm excited. Again, hopefully I'm gonna read it. Hopefully I'm gonna get back into fantasy because I'm terrified, guys. Like I don't know why, like I've been reading so many romance books and I don't understand what is happening to me. Like I love romance. Like I'm not complaining that I'm reading a lot of romance. I'm just like a little annoyed that I'm not able to read fantasies because literally the majority of the books that I own are fantasies, so it's a little annoying. But maybe it's just the season. Maybe it's just the season. Who knows? Those are all the books that I will be reading this summer, and also my June TBR. If any of the books that I've mentioned so far are one of your favorites, please comment, because it helps me a lot, actually. Like it helps me a lot knowing that you guys loved it, so that I am more motivated to read it. That's all for today's video. Like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you like the vibe, and I will see you in the next video, which is going to be me reading my entire May TBR, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, I will see you very soon. Bye.